everyone, what's up? This is Alex from Team Man from WH, bringing you part 2 of Chapter 2 of The Host by Stephanie Meyer. And continuing my reading, hopefully you enjoyed part 1. Sorry that I got cut off there at the end, but hopefully you enjoyed the final part of Chapter 2. I was distracted trying to find a name for my last host species. We had a name, I knew that, but no longer connected to that host. I could not remember the word. We used much simpler language than this, a silent language of thought that connected us all into one great mind, a necessary convenience when one was rooted forever into the wet, black soil. I could describe that species in my new human language. We lived on the floor of the great ocean that covered the entire surface of our world. The world had a name too, but that was also gone. We each had 100 arms, and on each arm 1,000 eyes, so that with our thoughts connected, not one sight in the vast waters went unseen. There was no need for sound, so there was no way to hear it. We tasted the waters, and with our sight that told us all we needed to know. We tasted the sun so many leagues above the water, and turned their taste into food we needed. I could describe us, but I could not name us. I signed for the lost knowledge, and I returned my ponderings to what I overheard. Souls did not, as a rule, speak anything but the truth. Seekers, of course, had the requirements of their calling, but between souls was never a reason for a lie. With my last species, language of thought, it would have been impossible to lie, even if had we wanted to. However, anchored as we were, we told ourselves stories to alleviate the boredom. Storytelling was the most honored of all talents, for it benefited everyone. Sometimes fact mixed with fiction so thoroughly that though no lies were told, it was hard to remember what was strictly true. When we thought of the new planet Earth, so dry, so varied, and filled with such violent, destructive denizens, sorry, I can't pronounce that word. We could barely imagine them. Our horror was sometimes overshadowed by our excitement. Stories spun themselves quickly around the thrilling new subject. The wars aren't kind having to fight. Were first reported accurately and then embellished and fictionalized. When the stories conflicted with the official information I sought out, I naturally believed the first reports. But there are whispers of this, of human hosts so strong that the souls were forced to abandon them. Hosts whose minds could not be completely suppressed. The souls who took on the personality of the body rather than the other way around. Stories, wild rumors, madness, but that seemed almost to be the healer's accusation. I dismissed the thought. The more likely meaning of his censure was in this case most of us felt for the seeker's calling. Who would choose a life of conflict and pursuit? Who would be attracted to the core of tracking down unwilling hosts and capturing them? Who would have the stomach to face the violence of this particular species? The hostile humans who killed so easily, so thoughtlessly. Here on this planet, the seekers have become practically a militant. My new brain supplied a term for the unfamiliar concept. Most believe that only the least civilized souls, the least evolved, the lesser among us would be drawn to the path of the seeker. Still on Earth, the seeker is seeking a new status. Never before had an occupation gone so awry. Never before had it turned into a fierce and bloody battle. Never before had the lives of so many souls been sacrificed. The seeker stood as a mighty shield, and the souls of this world were priced over and indebted to them. For the safety they had carved out of the mayhem, for the risk of the final death that they faced willingly every day, and for the new bodies they continued to provide. Now that the danger was virtually past, it appeared the great gratitude was fading. And now, for this seeker at last, the change was not a pleasant one. It was easy to imagine what her questions for me would be. Though the healer was trying to buy me time to adjust to my new body, I knew I would do my best to help the seeker. Good citizenship was quite as essential to every soul. So I took a deep breath to prepare myself. The monitor registered a movement. I knew I was the only, but I hated to admit it. But I was afraid to get the information the secret needed. I would have to explore the violent memories that had made me scream in horror. More than that, I was afraid of the voice I heard so loudly in my head. But she was silent now. She was right. She was just a memory too. I should not have been afraid. After all, I was called Wanderer now, and I earned the name. With another deep breath, I delved into the memories that frightened me, faced them head-on with my teeth locked together. I could skip past the end. It didn't overwhelm me now. And fast forward, I ran through the dark again, wincing, trying not to feel it was over quickly. Once I was screwed up there, it wasn't hard to flip through less alarming things and places, coming for the information I wanted. I'd say how she comes this closely, driving by night in a stolen car, chosen for its nondescript appearance. She walked through the streets of Chicago in darkness, shivering beneath her coat. She was doing her own seeking. There were others like her, or so she hoped. One in particular, a friend, no family, not a sister or cousin. The words came slower and slower, and at first I did not understand why. Why was this forgotten? Lost in the shadow of an almost death? Was I still sluggish from unconsciousness? I struggled to think clearly. The sensation was unfamiliar. Was my body still sedated? I felt alone enough, but my mind labored unsuccessfully for the answers I wanted. I tried another avenue of searching, hoping for clearer responses. What was her goal? She would find. Sharon, I fished out the name of my word. I had a wall, sorry. It was a blank, a nothing. I tried to circle around it, but I couldn't find the edges of the void. It was as if the information I saw had been erased, as if the spray had been damaged. Anger flashed through me, hot and mild. I gasped in surprise at the unexpected reaction. I noted the emotional stability of these human bodies, but this was beyond my ability to anticipate. In 8 full lives, I never had an emotion touch me with such force. I felt the blood pulse through my neck, pounding beneath my ears. My hands tightened into fists. The machines beside me reported the acceleration of my heart beat. There was a reaction in the room. The sharp tap of the secret shoes approached me, mingled with a quieter shuffle that must have been the healer. Welcome to Earth, Wanderer, the female voice said. Alright, that was chapter 2. Sorry if I mispronounced some words. I didn't know how to say them, but hopefully you understand that. Hopefully you enjoyed the reading anyway, and comment, rate, subscribe. I love you guys. Peace. I may be doing one tomorrow, but I'm not sure. If not, I may wait until Sunday night to do it. So, because I'm actually going home this weekend, so it'll be a pretty busy weekend. So, hopefully you guys have a good rest of the weekend, and hope to see you soon, or talk to you soon. Peace.